Hello everyone. So welcome you all to Ashok Tutorials Meghalaya's first MTech channel. So my dear friends, today we are going to start with Unit 3 Child Development and Pedagogy. Alright, so Unit 3 is going to be very interesting because it is all about day-to-day activities and whatever you see in the society and in the community. Alright, so the topic is gender development. But at the same time, this topic is very important. All right, so what is gender development? Let's see. So gender refers to the roles, behaviors, activities, expectations, and societal norms associated with being male, female, or binary or non-binary. Now this line is very important, and the most important thing in this line is societal norms and rules or roles, right? Remember that whenever we talk about gender is something which is given by the society. All right, it is social norms, or it is something which the society expect from you and me. All right, from male and female. It is distinct from biological sex, and it is a complex interplay of cultural, social, and personal factors. Now what are they saying? They are saying that gender and sex are two different things. All right, these are two very different things. Now see, according to the biology, we have two sexes, right? That is male and female, right? Male and female. But according to gender is not biologically, it is not given out biologically. It is something which is given out to us by the society, right? So according to the life science, or according to the biology, we are only male and female generally. So gender is a spectrum, and individuals may identify as a gender that aligns with their expectations with their assigned sex at birth, or a different gender, transgender. Understanding gender involves recognizing that it is not strictly binary and that people's experiences and abilities, identities can vary widely. So what does it say? We know that when we are going to write exams, you see that there are male, female, and other gender or transgender option also there, right? So biologically, those are the genders or those are the sexes in which the human beings belong to, right? Or the animals belong to. So these are the genders. But so that's why you should understand that gender and sex are two different things, where sex means biological diversity or the division, and gender means something which is designed and set by the society or the culture, right? So this is the difference. Now let us see gender and sex. So sex, biological. When we say biological, what do you understand? So sex is primarily a biological concept and is typically assigned at birth based on physical characteristics such as genitalia, chromosomes, and reproductive organs. It's commonly categorized as male XY chromosomes, typically with male genitalia, or female XX chromosomes, typically with female genitalia. Now you see, when we say sex, it means it can be a boy or it can be a girl. When a child is born, we know what is the sex of the child. It's going to be a boy or it's going to be a girl. It's going to be a male or a female, right? So that is how we identify the gender of the child. We do not say, this is how we identify the sex of the child. We do not say that, yes, this is the gender of the child or that is the gender of the child. It is not so. It should be, what is the sex of the child, all right? Now, how do we know that the baby born is a boy or a girl? We know it by the reproductive structure or the genitalia. Reproductive structure means the genitalia the boy or the genitalia that the baby is having, right? And those who are from science background, you know that we have 23 pairs of chromosomes, right? That is 46 chromosomes we human beings have, and out of 46 or 22 are exactly the same in both the males and females, but there is one pair of chromosome which is different in both the male and female, right? So the different pair of sex chromosomes which we human beings have, in boys or in male we have XY chromosome, and in females we have XX chromosomes. All right, so that's why many a time you will see that boys are represented with XY chromosome and females are represented by XX chromosome. So both the chromosomes are coming from the parents, right? We have XY chromosomes, right? So males have XY chromosome and female have X chromosome. So during the process of the formation of a child or the formation of the embryo, the X chromosome is released by the mother and father have the option of releasing X or Y chromosomes. So suppose mother has no option, right? Mother has both the X chromosome, so mother will release only the X chromosome and father can release either X or Y. So suppose if the father is releasing Y chromosome, then the child will be born as a male, and suppose if the father is also releasing X chromosome, then the child will be born as a female, right? So this one you know when you were in class 10 only, right? And as I said before, we have 23 pairs of chromosome where 22 pairs are exactly the same in both male and female, and those chromosomes are known as autosomes, alright? Autosomes. And the different chromosome which we have one pair of chromosome which is not same in both the male and female, which is different, are known as the sex chromosomes, alright? Now, example, when a baby is born with a male genitalia, I already told you this one. So if a boy is born, we say it is XY chromosome. If a girl child is born, we say it is XX chromosome, right? Gender, sociocultural. So gender is a more complex and socio-cultural concept. It refers to the roles, behaviors, and expectations that society attributes to individuals based on their perceived or self-identified gender. Gender identity can be personal understanding of oneself as male, female, or a combination of both, neither, or something else. So just now you can see that gender is something which is given to us by the society. So this question was there, I think, in 2021, where they asked us around about the gender. That gender is a biological thing or it is a something set up by the society. So always remember, gender is set up by the society. All right. So here, what does it say? Whenever we talk about gender identity, then it means certain expectations, certain behaviors which is expected from both the genders, right? So suppose in the society we live today, it is expected that boys will go out to the market, then buy the vegetables and all and come back home. The boys will go out and do the job, right? And females are expected to take care of the baby, cook food, wash clothes, then sweep and clean the house. These are what is expected of the male and female, right? So these are the rules given by the society. When we are born as male or female, it is not that boys cannot do cooking or boys cannot do sweeping or girls cannot go out for shopping or girls cannot do job. It is not like that, all right? It is expected and given to us, imposed to us by the society. And it does not mean that a boy cannot wear a skirt or the boys cannot wear sari. Of course, the boy can wear the sari or the skirt, and the girls can always wear shorts and jeans. So it is our wish, right? It is our wish. But since we live in a society, so society expects us to behave differently, right? So that's why we behave according to the society in which we are living, just so that we fit in the society we are living in. Otherwise, it is impossible that anybody will allow us to live in the society we are in. For example, you will see the movie PK, right, by Amir Khan. There you have seen that PK is an alien, so he do not know how people live in the society. So he was wearing skirts. When you see a certain kind of scene there is, so different activities he was doing which he did not know that how a male is expected to do and how a female is expected to behave, right? Now, if an individual assigned male at birth based on their biological sex identifies and lives as a woman, their gender identity is women. This person may took on the gender role and representation associated with being a woman. Now see, this very good example is given here. Suppose there is a boy, all right, a male child is born, so his sex is what? His sex is male, but he wants to behave like a female. Suppose he wears skirts, then he cooks food, then he do sweeping, then he take care of the baby, then he is very nurturing, very caring. Then do you think that since he is behaving, uh, like a girl or like a female as expected by the society, then his sex is changing? No, his sex is not changing. He is still a male, but only his gender is changing. Gender is changing how? Because he is behaving in a society where female is expected to take care of the baby, female is expected to do the household chores, right? So only his gender is changing, not his sex or not his biological being. So this is the difference between the two. You should understand. You will see there are many girls who like to ride bikes, bullets, who like to, uh, roam around, who like to be self-independent, who like to earn for themselves, and many a times they even, go ahead of males. And there are also certain boys or male who like to stay at home, take care of the baby, cook the food. There are chefs. You might have seen many chefs. If suppose cooking is the job of a women, then why the boys are chefs? So this is only the difference is that these are certain things which are said by the society, right? It is not, you can always go you can always do what society expect, but at some point of time you should also do what you like to do, even if it does not match with your gender. Doesn't matter. If if that thing keeps you happy, then you should go ahead with that. If people say girls should not ride bike, but if you feel that you should ride bike, then go ahead, no problem with that, right? So you should keep happy yourself and live your life to the fullest, and always believe that live young and live free, right? Now, fluidity and diversity. Sex. Biological sex is typically considered binary male or female, but some people are born with intersex variations which do not fit strictly into these categories. Now, you see, we know that there are basically only two gender differences, that is male and female, but also we know that there exists a third gender, we call it as transgender, right? So they do not fix. Suppose if I say male should do like this and female should do like that, then what about the transgender? What they will do? So many of time you will see that transgenders, they dress up like the girl, right? They dress up like the women. So this is their choice, right? Now, gender. Gender is diverse and can be fluid. Some people may identify as transgenders, non-binary, or genderqueer, which means their gender identity does not align with the sex assigned at birth or falls outside the traditional male or female binary. So this is the difference, right? So it is our choice how we want to behave. Expression and roles. So what are the expressions or what are the roles given to women and men? Biological sex does not dictate how an individual should behave or express themselves. See, when you are born as a boy or a girl, it is not how we are expected to behave. But as we grow old and old in the society, in the family, then the family members, the society, they tell us, you are a girl, you should play with a doll or with a playhouse or with a play utensils, and you are a boy, you should play with guns, cars, bikes, like that, right? And since you are a girl, you should wear pink, red, and since you are a boy, you should wear blue, black. So this is nonsense. Why it is nonsense? Because these are something set up by the society. So, my dear friends, since you are educated people, so don't differentiate between your children, alright? Don't differentiate between them. Suppose if you have a girl child and a boy child, don't differentiate between them. If the boy likes to play with Barbie, let him play. If the girl likes to play with a gun, let her play. Does not matter. If your baby boy likes to wear pink, let him wear pink. If your baby girl likes to wear blue, let her wear blue. It's up to them. Let them be how they want to be. Don't condition them, alright? And don't impose them that you are a boy. Many a time what nonsense people do is that they say that you are a boy, don't cry like a girl. What is this? This is gender discrimination. So I believe that You, as parents, brothers, sisters, teachers, you might also have seen or by yourself done this kind of act, which when you should have said that to a crying boy, that you are a boy, don't cry like a girl. Or suppose if a boy falls down, you say, hey, boys never cry, mard ko kabhi dard nahi hota, right? This is what we say. So this is what is nonsense once again. So don't do that. Don't do like that, all right? When you say this, you are discriminating a woman. You are saying that women is weak as compared to the men, which is not true. This is very bad idea, right? So also, I used to give example in many of my videos that I was working in one of the schools. There was one principal. He has got two children. So once his boy child was asking for balloon, then what he said is that he said that, are you a girl that you want to play with balloon? Then he started crying and he said, are you a girl that you are crying? Don't cry like girls. And both of his children were present at the same time. So what do you think, what impact he has put on his girl child? His girl child might have felt that yes, these balloons are something which only the girls should play, and yes, only the girls are expected to cry, not the boys. And how the boy might have taken his words. So many a times, even when we are educated, think about that person. He's principal, he's educated, but he don't know how to behave or how to play his role as an educated parent in front of the children. So this is something which is directly related to your moral, to your etiquettes, and how you see the society, and how you see yourself, and how you carry yourself, and how much knowledge you have about the child psychology, especially the child development and pedagogy subject, which we are studying today in this particular video, right? So it is very important, my dear friends, all right? So behave like responsible parents. Don't behave like that principal, right? Never discriminate between your children, that you are a girl, you should wear pink, you are a boy, you should wear blue. No, never say like that. It's bad. Gender roles and expressions can vary widely between cultures and time periods. For example, some societies may expect men to be assertive and women to be nurturing, but these roles are social construct and not inherent to one's biological sex. This is what I already explained, that the boys are expected to be authoritative, or boys are expected to be assertive, and women are expected to be nurturing, caring, emotional, right? So this is not according to your biological sex. It is only the gender roles. It is what expected by the gender. Now, legally and socially recognized sex. Legal documents like birth certificates often record a person's sex at birth. So when a child is born, in his birth certificate you will find the name of the parents and the sex of the child, whether the child is male or female. You never see gender there, right? It is sex. It is written sex. Why sex? Because there are two sexes, basically male and female. Of course, there is another sex also, which is known as transgender, right? Now, many countries are increasingly recognizing gender identity as legally significant, allowing individuals to change their gender marker on official documents to match their gender identity. So we know that many advanced countries like America, they are allowing people to behave according to their sex, right? They are not imposing, they are not saying that you are a man, so you should not cry, or you are a man, you are expected to ride a bike rather than riding a scooty. You are a girl, you are expected to ride a scooty and not bullet. So the developed countries like America, they don't discriminate. They don't assign gender roles. They are trying to uplift their people, and they do not treat their people according to the gender, rather than they treat them according to their sexes. So whatever they like, let them do it, alright? They do not impose anything like this is something expected of boy and this is something expected of girl. They don't treat people like that. So in summary, we will see, while sex is primarily a biological concept, gender is complex socio-cultural construct that encompasses identity, expression, and societal roles. Understanding the distinction between these two concepts is crucial for promoting inclusive inclusivity, and respecting individual self-identification. So I hope by now you have understood what do we mean by gender and what do we mean by sex. Sex is natural. You can be a male or a female or a transgender, but gender is something which is given by the society or the culture. Remember that this is the difference, alright? Sex is biological and gender is societal, right? Now, I would like to give you some extra notes. So, whatever you can see on the screen, you can write it down, right? So, gender development we have key concepts of gender development, biological influences, cognitive influences, sociocultural influences, stages of gender development, infancy and toddlerhood, preschool, middle childhood, adolescence, and gender identity versus gender roles. All right. So these are certain notes which you can take down. This is a very important table. So here three things are given. One is aspect, another one is male, and the next one is female. So if we talk about biological aspect, then males have higher level of testosterone, larger physical build. What does it mean? So testosterone is a hormone which helps the boy, to acquire the characteristic of a male, right? The maleness. So the body hair, the body strength, or whatever is associated with the male's hormone is due to the testosterone. However, in females, we see higher level of estrogen and smaller physical build. So, generally in the world, you will find that males are taller and stronger compared to the females. And in females, you find a hormone called estrogen, which helps them in the pregnancy. Right now, cognitive abilities often excel. So, in male, you will see that the males are very good in mathematics and reasoning, while females are very good in communication, right? They know how to talk, they are very easily able to acquire different kind of languages. Suppose your girlfriend knows different languages, Khasi, English, Garo, Bengali, but she might not be as good in mathematics and reasoning as you are, right? It is like that. Emotional expression. So you know that men or male, we are less expressive. We don't express our emotions. Less expressive, encouraged to suppress emotions. Now you see male are less expressive. They don't express themselves so much. However, females, they are very expressive. They express what they feel. All right. But in society, males are expected to suppress their emotions, which means we are expected not to cry or not to be sad, right? However, females are encouraged to cry or show out their emotions. So this is what society does with us. The social roles expected to be assertive and independent. Males are expected to be independent. Males are expected to be independent. They are expected to have a good job, a good bank balance, a good plot of land, a good house, right? However, female is expected to be nurturing, caring, and cooperative. Now, physical activity. Prefer vigorous physical activities in outdoor games. Now, physical activities. So, male are expected to be physically vigorous, which means they are, males, they like to take part in the outdoor activities like football, cricket. However, female, they like strenuous activities and social games. So, females, you will see, they like to play the indoor games or the games which, will help them to be socially more balanced and more happy. Now, play preferences. So you will see that the males, they like to play with cars and construction sets. You will see that males, they prefer to play with guns, toys, cars. However, a female is expected to play with the dolls, the playhouses, the play utensils, right? Risk taking behavior, higher inclination toward risk taking. So, male, they like to take the risk, right? However, females, they don't take so much of risk. Educational preferences. So, you will see that male, they show more interest in science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And females, they show their more interest in social sciences and arts. Communication style: direct, task focused, and brief. So when a man is talking, he will be direct in his speech, he will be task focused and brief. Whatever he want to say, he will say in brief. However, when a girl is talking, she will be indirect, she will be detailed, and she will be relationship focused. So when a girl is talking, she will think what are the pros and cons of what she is going to say, and she will behave very much responsibly. However, the boys are very, very direct. They don't, they don't think about how a person will feel with their words. So they don't think much, they just speak out. However, the girls, she estimate what is will be the consequences of what she is going to say, which means the women are very thoughtful. Communication style, yes. Stress management. So the male, they rely on problem solving strategies. So they rely like, what are the plans, what are the strategies, how can I solve this particular problem. However, the women or the females, they rely on emotional support and communication. They rely on emotions, they want people to support them emotionally, and they want to communicate for the ideas, how can I solve this problem, right? So these are certain differences which you will see in both the male and female, right? So I think this video was very helpful to you, and I believe that you have got to learn a lot from this video, and I hope that this video was very, very interesting. So I wish you all the best, and thank you everyone for staying connected with the Ashok Tutorials Meghalay's first MT channel. Thank you, and keep learning and happy learning.